Hey guys, we're back. Hey, so thanks for tuning in. This is another Bacon Critic movie review. I'm sorry that the last one has been so long, but it's time for the summer movie season to kick in. And what better way to kick it in than seeing a 350 story tall dinosaur kick ass? This is the Bacon Critics review of Godzilla. Check it out. So in the film Godzilla, it's basically the story of a family. This family is Bryan Cranston, Kick-Ass, and Elizabeth Olsen, the Olsen twin with talent. And in the story, it's about a father who has to get back to his family. The father being Aaron Taylor Johnson. And at the beginning of the movie, there's a bit of a little flashback where Bryan Cranston, his father, who is a scientist in Japan, and the mother dies, and then family drama bullshit, and then the movie begins. Now, Godzilla is epic. And I'm not being one of those like guys who are saying epic and it's not really epic. The movie's really epic. It's 2 hours long and you really don't feel it. Like it goes at a rapid pace. And what's the best part about it is the director himself, Gareth Evans, who directed a previous movie called Monsters. And in that, it's another monster invasion movie. But in that movie, too, it focused more on the human perspective than the monsters that are destroying the city. And Gareth Evans, I would say he's a blessing and a curse to this film. He's a blessing to this film because of the CGI and the way he sets up tension and the rapid pace of the film. But he's also a curse because whenever you watch the movie, you get this sense of there's no character development. All these characters are really bland. And the person, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, the person you came to see, Bryan Cranston, is barely in the movie. I'm not going to give anything away, but he's barely in the movie, and then he's gone. And then, with the lizard himself, Godzilla, he's not really in the movie that long either. He's like about in 30 minutes of the film. Like throughout the movie, you'll see like a arm, a leg, or a tail, or like through 70% of this movie, you saw his seven like protruding back spines in the ocean. But other than that, you don't really see the monster either. But I think the selling point of this film is not the monster, it's not Bryan Cranston, it's the tension and it's the you're getting teased throughout the whole movie about Godzilla and what he's doing, and you're getting teased throughout the whole movie. So then in the final 15 minutes of the film, you get that big payoff, and the movie just feels like you earned it, and it feels great, and that's why Godzilla is probably one of the better movies of the summer. I'm not going to go as far to say best movie of the summer because to me, the best movie of the summer came out a month ago, and that was Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But this is pretty damn good. I would say that Godzilla had a nice pace to it, and the actual monster himself, Godzilla, the designs of him was great. You can see all the details in the scale, and at a certain point, the way he moves in the movie, it looked like there was a guy inside the it didn't look like there was a guy inside the rubber suit, but the movements felt very human, and they made Godzilla very expressive. He felt like a living, breathing creature. And I like the portrayal of Godzilla in the movie because Godzilla is he's an animal, and they portrayed him as an animal. They didn't portray him as a sentient god. He was just an animal, and he was doing what animals do, which is protect their territory when there are threats coming for them. And when you, okay, you know what? I don't want to give it away, but I guess I'm going to have to in order to explain what I just said a little bit better. The trailers of this movie lie. They make it seem like Godzilla is the enemy, but actually he's actually the hero, and that's one of the best things I can say about this movie because there's two other creatures, and they're called the Moto, and he has to fight these other creatures to protect humanity because they're on his turf. I explained it to someone like Godzilla's like a sheriff in an old west town, and these two monsters are like or like the big bad outlaws, and it's up to Godzilla to be like, hey, stop! This is my territory. What are you doing? That's what Godzilla was like. So he was like the sheriff, and he was the outlaws, and he right the wrongs of the bad guys, basically. So, and I also like the portrayal of the military in the film. It was kind of like a throwback to the old Godzilla movies, because the military in the old Godzilla movies, they were idiots, and that's what I like most, because they kept in tone with that. Like the guys in this movie, the military in this movie, and no offense to all my friends who are in the armed forces, in the movie they were idiots, and I like that little throwback feel. All in all, I would say Godzilla is a movie that has flaws, but the last 15 minutes is a real big payoff. I'm not going to give it like a high grade, like a grand slam, but I think if out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, and when you look at our review scale at Bacon Critics, our lowest is a Rob Snyder and our highest is a Grand Slam. And I think, honestly, I would have to give it somewhere in between a 7.5, 8.5, and that is a Footloose Kevin Bacon. So I'm going to give it a Footloose Kevin Bacon. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope that you stick around to see more. And comment below if you saw the movie, and if you want to participate in the conversation. Comment below. Thank you.